Mulan. Yeah, I decided I was going to review this one next after I finished with Hunchback and Hunchback 2, so let's give you my thoughts on it. First, I gotta say, I love the animation for this movie. It's really good, and uh, reviewing all these older Disney films from the 90s back makes me wish for traditional animation to return to the film industry instead of all this 3D CGI stuff, but I doubt I'm ever gonna get that. So anyway, let's talk about the music. I love the music in this film. I honestly forgot how good they were. If you can hear like this rumbling in the background, it's my dog. He's on my bed moving around. I also have to say that Mulan's relationship with her family is really key in explaining why she does what she does. And I'm glad they take time to set up what her relationship with her parents and her grandmother, I think the old woman is. Yeah, I like that they actually set that up. Well, to explain her leaving, in that leaving scene where she dons the armor and draws the sword, and begins to set out, I think that might be one of my top favorite Disney movie moments. I also like how this movie doesn't shy away from the fact that this is an actual war that Mulan is running off to join. Like with that scene there showing them actually planning the battles. I have to say, Mulan as a character I think she doesn't get enough praise. Like, she's really underrated. The villain, I, mm, I have mixed feelings. At one point, he's really cool and intimidating looking, but at the other point, it's like, he doesn't have the personality that I love in Disney villains. But he serves his purpose with the story. Um, I honestly have to say, I think Make a Man Out of You is my favorite song in the movie. It's the lyrics, the instrumentals, it just really works for me. Reflection is a close second. Uh, doo doo doo. I do like how Mulan uses her skills she acquired from her training and her own intelligence to defeat the main villain of the movie. That's really good. Which brings up another point. I do like how they actually make her a person. Not some perfect, flawless, feminist, woke thing. Of course, this was before the woke movement, I think. Probably. Was there a woke movement in the 90s? I don't think. Dang chicken squawking out there. And it sets off the dog downstairs. Oh, man. Um, Mulan has an actual personality. She has flaws, she has strengths and weaknesses. And what I like so much about the Make a Man Out of You scene is how it shows how she realizes what her flaws are and how she chooses to overcome them and be a better person or soldier in this case because of her using her strengths to combat her flaws, I guess you could say. You know, character development, which is something that isn't just missing in Disney movies, it's missing in the film industry as a whole. I do like how they focus more on the relationship between Mulan and her father, because ultimately his war injury, I guess it is, and his old age, and the fact that he could legitimately die from this war, are what motivate Mulan to disguise herself as a man and enter into the Imperial Army. The comedy relief in this movie didn't bother me as much as I thought it was going to. I think Eddie Murphy does a fine job as Mushu. I do like how the comedy relief character has the same sort of arc as Mulan, trying to prove himself and regain honor, I guess you could say. So that was a nice touch that I appreciated. Let's talk about the captain, who sings the Make a Man Out of You song. I do like how he also gets his own sort of character arc, where he's basically the son of this famous general, and he's struggling to try to live up to his father's legacy, which really brings that scene where they show the army his father commanded actually, dead, and all he's got of his father is the helmet his father wore. That was, oh my gosh, look at, I wish films did this nowadays, where they just didn't shy away from the fact that you're like, yeah, this is war, it's not pretty. People die in war. So, as it is technically an action-adventure animated film, the action is well done. I wouldn't really say it's the best part of the film. It certainly isn't. The best part would be just the general music. That opening scene, though, was pretty cool, where it's just like, the Huns are there, they use grappling hooks to climb the wall, and it's like, the guy lights the beacon, so all the other beacons will let everybody will know that the Huns are in China now, and the main villain's just like, good, that's what we wanted. And then whole scene where he explains, like, it's because of the wall that he came. It's like, because it challenged his strength or whatever, and it was, I really like that. I like villains whose motivations are simple. It's like, you built a wall, it's challenging my strength, insulting me, I'm going to climb it, and just massacre your people. It's like, okay, works for me. I do like how they chose the Huns as the villains, the Hun people, because that's somebody that people actually know because of Attila the Hun and all of that. So it's not the stretch of trying to be like, well, who the heck are these guys that are invading China? It's like, oh, it's the Huns. Oh, I know the Huns. Attila, I do like how they subtly show Mulan's mother and father's relationship. It's not like overtly, yeah, they're in love, but it's kind of just like little moments, It's like, oh, that's kind of adorable, It's like, I can believe that they've been a married couple for so many years. So, oh, there is one comedy moment that just absolutely ruined me, and that was the cricket being introduced and the grandmother covering her eyes and walking across the street and just pandemonium, and it's like she makes it to the other side completely unscathed, and she's like, "This proves the cricket's lucky." I don't know why, but I couldn't help but just burst out laughing at that moment. um, but once again, this film just like it. It's a very relatable story. Mulan is very sympathetic, and you can identify with her regardless of your gender, by the way. I think everybody can identify with her being sort of a misfit outcast, struggling to find who they are and what their place in the world is. So, yeah, the 90s. Better representation than today. No real surprise. Um, I don't believe there's anything else I want to cover. Overall, this is a solid film. Um, I just I can't find anything that I really want to complain about. Eddie Murphy's Mushu gets annoying sometimes, I guess, but overall, his story aligning with Milan's makes up for it, you know? So, I guess we're on the give the rating already. I would give Milan an 8 out of 10. It's a great film, not a masterpiece by any stretch. But, I mean, I'd watch it again. You know? So, yeah. That's my review of Mulan. Highly recommend it. And thanks for watching this. When you do, subscribe if you want. And don't forget to give yourselves a big thumbs up. Goodbye, everybody.